15-person team. I actually incorporated 7 years ago in about a month. So started our company my junior year of college at Villanova. I was a finance and international business major, so I started an ad agency. I got about a 3-month heads up that Wall Street was going down. So I'm sorry if I didn't email you, but I knew it was going to happen. So what our agency has done is applied return on investment financial modeling to all avenues of marketing. We specialize in digital production and applying online tracking even to offline campaigns. So what I'm going to do is kind of challenge your thinking a little bit and convince you that you're horrifically ineffective salespeople no matter who you are or what you do. We're going to start off with the assumption that you all sleep a little bit, eat at least a meal a day, have a personal life, and sometimes require caffeine. I will immediately argue with you that a website never sleeps, never stutters, never messes up a sales pitch, can support video. I don't know if you're carrying around a video in front of you all the time, but it's an option. And it will get your message across a lot faster than you can, even if you're prepared. So going digital with all of your advertising from day one is going to be 60 to 70% less expensive per sale, no matter what industry you're in. So if you're starting a business or already in business, I could probably convince you very quickly to cut your entire advertising budget, reapply the whole thing to digital efforts, and you'll save 60% of your money, making the same level of sales, or spending that amount of money again. You should be able to increase sales 60% or more. So what I want to talk about is how can you track that from day one? I'm just one person, I'm just in the marketing department, I'm just a web guy. How do we give you what I call a force multiplier? How do we make you infinitely powerful, infinitely expandable when you're used to one-to-one sales or one-to-a-small group style sales? So looking at your marketing mix, you want to make sure you're doing a little bit of everything, but you want to make sure that the budget is scaled towards your least expensive cost per sale. So stakeholder relations. If you're not a large corporation, you don't have investors to keep happy, spend 0 time on that. If you're a one-person shop and you're not happy, spend time on yourself. Buy yourself that company car, go get a fancy cell phone, get an iPad, whatever makes you happy. Print advertising. I hate it. A lot of people still use it, catalogs, brochures. National Marketing Survey of 150,000 Americans at random last year said that 142,000 of them immediately throw out any printed collateral they're given in any kind of meeting. You've got about a half an hour window. And think about yourselves. How many of you actually, if I gave you a trifle brochure right now, would keep it until tomorrow? So again, print, be very... Right, exactly. It's really nice print work. And print advertising is really where I'm going with this. Magazines, newspapers, your budget can go, in the exact same publication online, you're going to have a readership of 10 to 20 times as many folks as their physical publication. Magazines, newspapers, you name it, that's where the trend is going, and it's increasing. And online. Is anybody here a web developer? 1, 2. All right. Everybody else, do not ever develop your own website, ever. Do not use the Intuit solution that's $5 a month. You should fire yourself if you do. It is an investment. Marketing and digital marketing are absolutely measurable investments. We've outperformed for every single one of our clients last year their personal financial management portfolios. Now, again, if they're negative, it doesn't matter, but we asked all of our clients at the end of the year last year, did we do better than your financial planner at providing return on investment? And they're able to tell us because we're tracking every dollar in and out, yes you did, or no you didn't. Focusing in the online space is going to let you do that. You can put up a billboard or send out a piece of mail, and if that piece of mail has a special landing page on your website just for that piece of mail, or you put a voice over IP phone extension on just that one piece of mail, then every call, every email, and every visitor to that page came from that campaign. If you spend $10,000 in that campaign, and you got 10,000 visitors to that page of your site, it cost you $1 per visit. How many people called you, filled out the contact form, now you have a cost per lead, and how many did you actually convert into business, now you have a cost per sale. I can even look at the dollar value of that sale and say, wow, my return on investment was 3,000%, I'm awesome. So using the internet, using digital technology to track everything exponentially more efficient. In the beginning, you might spend an hour a day kind of tracking things, or hour a week, excuse me, and as you're able to invest more time in that, your sales will not increase in a linear growth rate, they're going to increase exponentially. And again, digital is increasing exponentially, so it makes sense. Direct marketing, same deal. You can do that online, it's called email. Direct email is cheaper than direct mail. Do that instead. Lead generation. You've all probably heard of SEO, search engine optimization. You can leverage Google's own algorithm to get your website to rank higher in organic search results without paying per click. Or you can pay per click. So you have a few options there in terms of lead generation, how you're going to get this raw traffic in. Selling to your end user is a lot of times for startups, entrepreneurs, and small businesses, a huge weakness. If I go and I have 2 executive level meetings with chief marketing officers every day of the week, that's 10 meetings, maybe I close 1 or 2, I'm really good 3 or 4. You're going to hit inefficiency, and then once you acquire those clients, you're busy working with them. So you're actually going to become less efficient as a salesperson and marketer in a very short period of time. Whereas leveraging this online lead generation, you kind of have a system in place. You're always getting that next meeting, you're not getting too tied up, you can pass it on to someone else, and your growth is going to be easier to project. Branding. Everybody can probably tell me what Steve Jobs wore every day. That was part of his marketing. He branded himself as a jeans and black turtleneck guy. Google branded themselves as a white background with colorful letters on it. And that's actually the most successful, dollar for dollar, the most successful marketing campaign of all time. Google. They didn't spend a single dollar on advertising until last year. They made hundreds of billions of dollars in the meantime. And then events like this. What is the point of Facebook and LinkedIn building up this network and tweeting out to people, hey, I'm doing great today, I just made a sale. It doesn't matter. Tip of the day, it doesn't matter. That information, while relevant, can be useless at converting sales, which is what I'm focused on here. But you can take that network that you've activated and invite them to a wine and cheese party where you can talk about insurance or law services or whatever the case may be, your new startup mobile app. And you've got a huge audience. I'm speaking to 50 people right now, not 1. So think about that. How are you going to leverage your social network, not build your social network? There's no true value to just having a lot of friends. It's hanging out with them that matters. And then market research. Before you go into business, do market research. If there's not availability in that market, do something else. So to break down services, we're just going to talk about the digital stuff for now to keep it short, but web and mobile application development. The reason I told you not to make your own websites, you will be bad at one of these 2 things, function usability or visual appeal. Unless you're a graphic designer and have also spent years doing back-end web development, you are not going to be good at building a website. There's 2 parts to it. So the function usability, what kind of custom contact forms do you want? What kind of PDFs do you want to have available for download? What messaging and call to action data are you going to have on the site to activate these visitors? It's great if you build a wonderful site, a beautiful site. Beautiful functionality. But if it's not a beautiful site, nobody cares. You have 13 seconds once somebody gets to your website to get them to go to a second page. Internationally, that's a global statistic. 13 seconds. So if your site's not pretty, and they just looked at another one that was pretty, they're going to spend their 13 seconds on that one. Once they decide to go to another page, 38 seconds. So you really do need to architect a website with a specialist, with a web developer, or somebody who knows what they're doing for functionality. And then you need to make damn sure that it's presenting your brand and image the way you want. It also lets you position yourself as a much bigger player than you may be. You could duplicate IBM's website design for your IT company, and for all anybody knows of your website, you're as big as IBM. You can actually charge more money because your website looks pretty. And you're a startup, you're a one-man shop, they don't know that. So using visual appeal along with your function usability is going to give you an effective website. It draws customers in, gives them a call to action, visual appeal makes them want to stay, and then giving them valuable tools and information is actually the final step. You got to get them to stay first. Once you create your company, this is offline, online, I'm talking about digital services here, but you need to start promoting. Who are you you going to promote it to? And how are you going to turn that into a force multiplier? You're one person, or you're one person on a small sales team. How are you going to make 1,000 sales this year? You don't have enough time for 1,000 meetings. You can partner up with one IT company and have him share his entire portfolio of clients with you, and you'll get 12 sales this year for websites and such without even trying. So maybe instead of trying to sell your end user, you should try to sell an industry partner, somebody with complementary services or even competitors. We white label services for a lot of New York City ad agencies that are run by guys in their 70s and 80s. They're the madmen of yesterday. And they know that a digital department is going to be tough for them to manage because they don't know the technology. So they bill out at $300 an hour, and they pay us $100 an hour, and they're laughing their way to the bank, and so am I. So perhaps making the right partnership is going to be more valuable to you than actually selling to end users, to end clients. Same thing with mobile apps. Can you make a mobile app that's a tool for a partner that they might be able to pay for or invest in venture capital in or fund the marketing of, instead of making one for yourself that you're not sure what the result will be? So diving into this, SEO is getting your website to rank higher in natural search results. Those are not the little paid sponsored ads at the top and down the side. Those are the normal Google search results. Having a ton of content on your website with a lot of keywords in it is the best thing you can do. That's why people blog. No one actually reads blogs. Does anyone frequently read blogs? All right. The reason they exist is to generate industry-specific content, but thousands of pages of bullshit with a lot of keywords on it. And if you search Philadelphia ad agency, we're somewhere in the top few pages because I've written a few blog articles. That's about it. The other thing you can do is generate inbound links back to your website. And I'm simplifying all of this. I can talk about that for an hour, but generating inbound links back to your website from other sites. So engaging industry partners, maybe exchanging links with a complementary company will help to increase your ranking in Google's algorithm. Those are the main two components. There's a few other pieces, but tons of content, as many links back to your website from other sites as possible. So submitting yourself to online directories, yellow pages even, clubs like the Pyramid Club will let you list your business and a link back to your site. Anywhere you can get a link will increase the ranking of your site. We've seen a lot of small-time players outrank industry titans because they hire the right SEO partners. PPC, pay-per-click. Google now also manages banner ads across their entire network of sites. That includes YouTube. They're about 1/10 the price per click of the sponsored ads you see on the side of the Google search result. So managing pay-per-click is really about efficiency. All of this, you're supposed to be tracking ROI. How many people came to my site? What was my cost per person? How many converted? What was that cost? And what did I sell? And again, it's not that difficult to track that. Just do it once a month, once a quarter. Google Analytics is free software that all of you would be able to understand. They actually have how-to videos built in, or someone like myself could explain to you very quickly. And that gives you the data you're looking for. It tracks how many people came to your site, what page they went to, how long they stayed. So the perfect combination of search engine optimization and pay-per-click, SEO is going to bring the people that are looking for you to you. They're not going to miss you. That could be for your own name, for your firm's name, or for your general services. You can do geographic targeting. So I'm not just searching for a venture capital company, I'm searching for one in Philadelphia. Pay-per-click will let you capture the audience that doesn't know what they're looking for, they just know they need a lawyer tomorrow, today. Social media and networking lead generation. I want to very clearly differentiate social media and social networking. They're two completely different things. Social media is advertising. You're advertising on blogs, on social networks. So buying ads, trying to sell to groups, activating a group on Facebook and marketing to them. Social networking can be a much more effective force multiplier. Again, we're trying to be efficient with our time here, make everything trackable. So your social networking, build up a network, then activate. Build another one, activate. And one might be for your end customers, another network might be for